Baseball is the greatest game in the world. The tribal chief, the head of the table.
DraftKings podcast host Jared Carrabis.
Acknowledge him.
The best ever.
If I wanted to, I could have played professional baseball.
We're going to talk baseball.
Wow. We're rubbing it in the faces of people who think that the sport's dead. We're here to show you that it's not. When people say, this is my life, no. Like this is my life.
Hello, friends, and welcome to the Sweat Tuesday Takeover with Jared Carrabis.
He's here!
Back from Seattle. You look great. You
Thank
look
you.
tan. Steve Buchanan's here. Jesse Cofield is here. Emerson Latzia is here. We have so much coming up in this show.
Yeah, we do.
I am thrilled.
Jared's Justin Steele interview at Wrigley. We're
Yeah.
gonna have that.
That's before he got rocked by the Red Sox.
Yeah.
Hey, he's been
Ohtani's clutch homer versus the Yankees. That was pretty exciting for everybody to watch.
Ohtani, a
Plus,
future Yankee.
Right.
Jared and Steve going to try and tackle today's immaculate grid.
Wow. You ready for this?
Yeah.
But
How are we
first,
gonna do
I
that?
don't know. But
Power of
first,
TV.
how was Seattle? How would you rate it as like a host city for
Yeah,
the
let me hear
All-Star
it.
festivities?
It was
Be honest.
mid.
Wow.
It was mid.
That's not very nice.
I've been to other all-star cities, and like I think the most decorative part of Seattle was the airport. Outside of that, it was just Seattle.
Airport.
Did you go
Yeah,
to Pike Place Market?
yeah. There was nothing all-star about it. Like I feel like that's your landmark of the city. I didn't see anything about the all-star. I mean, it was cool. It's cool to see people like tossing fish and all that, but there's nothing all-star game about it. Honestly, Cleveland might have been the most like, hey, our entire city is celebrating the all-star game. Seattle, like if you weren't at the airport or the hotels, like the hotels had all-star, but like they probably were anticipating all-star guests. Like that was it.
But I think that's because Cleveland doesn't have a lot going on.
To Seattle? I mean, we
Well,
have Starbucks.
Hold on. So, like,
We have Starbucks.
That's it.
the
Grey's
only
Anatomy. I mean,
I would never have associated Grey's Anatomy with Seattle. I didn't know that.
the only All-Star weekend I've been to was last year. Steve and I were in LA. You were there as well. So compare it to LA.
What was like what was
Remember
like,
we were by the convention center, hot
okay,
as hell.
LA
We weren't,
apparently
we
always
weren't-
chose,
we weren't
you
in a
don't
great
remember
area.
it.
That's
Yeah, we
half the
weren't
problem.
close. Yeah, we weren't close. And LA is big, and LA is another one that was kind of disappointing me because like people don't care. They're just like, oh, the what's here, the All-Star what? It's LA.
I figured Seattle people would care though.
No.
They did, but it was just very condensed area. Like I think maybe it was just because the bar was set too high by Cleveland because you could like go all different parts of the city and it's like, hey, there's All-Star this and there's All-Star that. It just wasn't the case with Seattle or LA. Colorado was cool. Denver, 21.
Yeah, I'm a
Yeah,
big fan
DC was really cool.
of, big
18.
fan. Yeah, nation's capital.
Yeah,
Can't
they-
go wrong with that. George
yeah.
Washington and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite moment of All-Star Week?
My favorite moment of All-Star Week. Me, Billy, and Samir went to an escape room.
Are you serious?
That was sick.
That hasn't been talked about at all.
We hung out
Samir's
last
giving
week,
us a
you didn't
thumbs
tell
up
me
on
that.
the camera.
How long did it take you to escape?
We don't have to talk about that.
It sounds like you did.
You guys
Yeah.
didn't escape the room.
It was really hard.
They had to let you out. They had to let you out at the end.
They had to let us out at the end. But like, listen.
Can we get Samir on? Can you come? Can you just take the headset off?
Samir!
Can you
Samir.
take come
Put the
come on
camera
the show?
on Samir.
Samir.
Put
Take the
camera
headset
on
off.
him.
Take the headset off.
Put
This
the
is
camera on
ridiculous.
him.
And here's the thing.
All right,
here's the
all right,
thing.
Samir, come
We've
here.
been friends for a
Come
long
here.
time, but good friend.
Yeah.
You're a smart dude.
He is really smart.
Why did
Samir,
it take you guys so long
why
to
did
get
you
out?
guys have to be released from the escape room?
Well, I think we got 18 of 23 of the clues. It was a pretty in-depth one. And the guy lied to us. I don't know if you remember this. He said we didn't need to know science
We did.
to get out of the room, but we did. We needed to know about frequencies.
Yeah, we did.
So it was actually really intense.
And elements.
And
Elements?
Yeah.
Do you guys know what the
I'm out on that.
statistics are for like people who need to be released from the escape
We
room
were-
at the end?
we
It was
were
the
in
most
like the-
difficult one in the venue.
Yeah, I asked. I was like, how many people actually make it through? He said 20%.
Oh,
and
okay.
he said we probably got to like 80% of the way through.
I still think that's
Wow.
absolutely hysterical. They had
That
to
should have been
let
like
you out.
one of the videos you
Yeah.
guys shot. Like a
You
You're
are-
not allowed to have
ridiculous
phones,
shit.
dude.
You can't bring your phone into the escape
Oh,
room.
right, because you
That
could
makes
just
sense.
Google
Because then
I'd
you
be
just look up
Googling.
answers.
All right, you got to
All
go.
right, bye,
All
Samir.
right.
Thanks,
Thanks.
Samir.
Thank you,
Samir.
Samir.
Good stuff,
Thank
Samir.
you.
Samir's
Thanks,
weekly
Samir.
appearance here.
Yeah, so I formed an escape room team, and every weekend now, or I mean, I don't know when we're gonna start because it's been an 0 for 2 ever since then. But we're gonna form an escape room team and just take on escape rooms every
Wow.
weekend.
Okay. Well, that sounds
I'll-
fun.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Welcome to the team.
I'd go with you but I don't know. Again, Samir seems smart. Like I'd want to be paired up with him, and he couldn't get it done. I don't know if you could get it done either.
No, I could.
Anywho, Bukes, favorite moment from All Star Week.
It was kind of lackluster, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah.
And we can talk about the ratings.
I would
a little
say
bit.
the most memorable thing for me wasn't from Luis Robert, wasn't from anybody else from the home run derby except Adley Rutschman being very cocky and going to both sides of the plate to hit home runs. That was probably the most memorable thing for me because you don't get more baller than that.
That was by far my favorite moment.
Yeah.
And it was because when we talked a little bit of, no, it didn't happen yet. Yes, it did. It happened on the show last Tuesday.
You all right?
Like when he went to the left side of the plate,
Yeah.
That was sick.
he only had one swing where it didn't go yard. It was
Yeah.
like 7 of 8 or something like that.
Yeah, that was awesome. Julio Rodriguez hitting 40-something home runs. I saw 0 of them because I was arguing with a writer that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Expose this rider.
Let's just say that writer exposed some other things.
Rhymes with.
Schmevin Bellick.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Oh, I love Evan Drellick.
Yeah. We had a chat.
Had a
That's all.
conversation.
Yeah, but we're good now.
Okay.
We're good now. We're pals.
Steve?
Hasn't this been like a long rivalry between you
Yes.
two? Okay.
Yes.
But you worked it
Yeah,
out.
but it's a fun
We worked it
rivalry.
out. We worked it out. Yeah.
Is that who
everything's
you
great.
interrupted on live TV before?
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm. That was at
Fun fact.
the Winter
Baseball
Meetings
meetings. Winter meetings.
2018 in Vegas.
Okay.
But now you're pals.
We're good now.
Okay. Well,
For now.
so Steve, you said it was kind of like a lackluster week. Also, record low ratings.
Yeah.
For the All-Star game.
Well, let me get comfy here.
Yeah. Okay. Lean in.
What's some of the problem is that you have your faces of Major League Baseball, and the majority of them weren't playing. You don't have Wander Franco. You don't have Ellie De La Cruz, who, to be fair, has only been up for a couple of weeks, but like when you're getting the hype and the attention that he's getting, when you're going on the grand stage, you probably want to showcase somebody like that. Even if he's just there as a reserve, I'd be okay with that. I don't think he should have started, but at least put him in a reserve spot. Shohei Ohtani was there, sure, but he's batting, so you're only getting to see a little bit of him. He's not pitching. And it's just like, there's nothing to care about.
No
right?
Judge, no Trout,
Yeah, no Judge, no Trout.
no Bryce Harper.
Yeah. It's like there's nothing to invest in.
The Q score was low at the All-Star game.
Yeah.
You familiar with Q score?
No.
That's like how famous someone is.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I
they're
think it's like how much people like you, right? Like,
no, it's
No.
like it's your like recognizable score.
Oh, that's why you don't know what it is about.
yeah, it's true. I'm
So is
very
there a
low on the
solution
Q
here? Just
rating.
make everybody go?
I mean, you can. I mean, like Judge was hurt, Trout's hurt, Bryce Harper is not having an All-Star worthy
Should
season.
they just
Can
be
you put
there?
it all on injury?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Like-
tired
They
of?
won't.
I'm tired of every team needs to be represented. That's
Yeah, me
what
too.
that's what I'm tired of.
Okay.
Like,
Well,
no-
hell, the guy who hit the game-winning home run. Like, half the people didn't even know like what team he played on, who he was.
If it weren't for the DraftKings Sportsbook, I'm not sure that I would know who he is either. But he hits like a beast at home.
yeah.
yeah.
So I know who he
Like,
is.
so we're talking just north of 7 million viewers. You know what shocked me more, because we were talking about this before the show with a couple of the producers. I was like, oh, well, the home run derby, that was super fun. Ratings for that had to be pretty good. That was also at a 5-year low.
Well, because on top of that too, and we discussed this too, it's like they need to change the format somehow. Because by the time you're at the final round, nobody wants to be doing this anymore. Like totally gassed, right? Like if you're Julio Rodriguez and you hit 41 home runs in a round, do you think you're going to have anything left for the remaining 2 rounds if you make it to the finals? Like you don't. So it's like something like I like the home run derby idea, we just have to change this format somehow to make it sustainable so that these guys are not totally gassed by the second or third round, because like you can tell, and then it's like, okay, well, this isn't as exciting as the first round. Like, honestly, it's like you watch the first round and then I'm good. I'm done.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's it. That's all I really need.
I also feel like people are just kind of burnt out with all-star stuff in general.
Yeah.
In every sports. It doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
So
that's why
people are,
I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum with like we should make them all be there. I want Shohei Ohtani to go home. I don't want him there. This dude is pitching. He's hitting. He has a swarm. It's like Beatlemania wherever he goes. Like that has to be so draining, both physically
He
and
seems
mentally.
to handle it so well, though.
He does, but I mean, at the same time, he's only human. I know that he acts like a superhero, but like at some point, you're gonna burn out. After hitting the home run last night, he's on pace to hit 60 home runs, and he's also a starting pitcher.
Like we go to Chipotle, people say hi to Jared. By the time we get back here, he's exhausted.
Yeah,
I'm exhausted. I'm wiped out. Imagine being Shohei Ohtani and
Right.
having like almost like 2 times that action.
Well, Chick-fil-A today, not
Yeah,
Chipotle.
big time. Yep.
right, yeah, just
I can't wait.
broadcast his location for everyone to rush him.
That's
what
right. He'll
we'll
be
do.
getting
Anyway,
autographs
we'll
and
see you at
selfies.
Sonic.
They have
Despite-
good
Is
ice.
there a Sonic?
They have good ice.
No!
There
Be
could
quiet!
be. There could be.
So despite the record low ratings
Yeah.
for the All-Star game and everything, you were there,
I was there.
and you did walk the red carpet.
I did. Well, it was pink.
You walked the pink carpet,
Uh-huh.
and you were there to talk to people and ask the tough questions.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
there. They also put me next to my ex-girlfriend on the pink carpet.
Are you serious?
Haven't spoken in a long time.
Well-
We're good too. It was honestly a trip of like, hey, like good to see you.
Who's your ex-girlfriend?
I don't know.
All right,
We'll
let's
go to the video. Go to the video. Let's see who's
See if
next
she's
to
in there.
Jared.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
All right, we're out here in Seattle for the red carpet event at the All-Star Game. Thanks to DirecTV, home of the most local MLB games. Let's go see some of these stars out here. Whoa! Wally!
You want to talk yesterday? I was like, "What's up?"
Dude, you were talking to other people and they were like asking like, how does it feel to be at the All-Star Game? You said you're too pretty for tattoos. Have you changed your stance at all?
Well, I have tattoos.
How many?
I have 2.
You have a sleeve?
No, that
We need to get you sleeved up.
Mama might not like it.
That's true. I just want to like pose when he walks by so I have like a picture with Shohei Ohtani. That's all I want. I just want to be able to say that I met him, kind of. I was on MLB Network like a month ago, and they put me in shorts. And I said the only way that I'll agree to do this is if Spencer Strider gives me his leg workout.
It's just a lot of lunges.
I'm like an upside-down bowling pin. Do you think you can take on this responsibility in the offseason?
Definitely something we can work out.
I'm going to ask you one question. Don't lie to me.
Okay, I won't.
Don't lie to me. Do you look at your baseball savant page?
What's that?
You're lying. You don't know what baseball savant is?
No.
You're kidding me.
What is it?
It gauges how good you are. If you got a lot of red, you're really good. If you got a lot of blue, you're not doing so hot. You got a lot of red.
I guess that's good then. No, but I've never seen that.
I need you to power rank the best hair in the All-Star game, and where would you have yourself in that power ranking?
I think I'd be number 1.
I heard a little rumor that you're a Peloton legend. How many of your former teammates in Boston do you still keep in touch with? There were some pretty cool characters in that group.
I was on the Peloton for a long time. I kind of got off of it a little bit recently, but a lot of those guys, I still keep in contact with. A lot of them are young, but I always told them like, hey, anytime y'all need anything, it doesn't matter if we're not on the same team, reach out to me.
Let's make the playoffs, Kenley.
The offense show who we are. I think for us as a coaching staff, keep doing what we're doing and get better and control what we can control, and everybody doing their part. I think everybody gonna step up and we're gonna be good.
One of the coolest viral clips I've ever seen was on your debut when you took the look around. Can you revisit that moment in your mind right now?
Just looking up 3 decks. It seemed like such a big stadium at the time. Seeing everyone like cheering while it happened. That's something I'll never forget.
A lot of people that say you don't have style, like what would you say to them?
Man, talk about that.
Bro, I
You wear the
matched.
same fit all the time.
Bro, I have my socks.
Match your shoes
Bro,
with
I
your
have.
shirt. And you stole my diamond necklace.
Bro,
You liked it?
which one? What would you say are the chances that you could coach me in golf and make me like a half decent golfer?
About as good a chance of you going out and hitting a Kershaw slider.
Sorry, it's a pretty decent. What does this Braves lineup do? Can't say it. Who wants to talk about Judge? What about Matt Olson? That's what I'm trying to say.
I like it a little under the radar.
Rock, paper, scissors, me versus Wally. I'm 0-2. How cool is it to be back with Mookie and just like make me sad all the time?
It's awesome. It's been fun. Yeah, I'm sorry it hurts you every time, but
It really does.
it's been a good time. It's been a good time.
All right, that's a wrap from the MLB All-Star Game red carpet event. Again, shout out to DirecTV, home to the most local MLB games. Next year, Wally, I'm coming for you.
Okay, dude. Did you make friends with Shohei Ohtani while you were out there? Best
I did.
friends?
Yes. Yeah, we exchanged numbers. He walked right by me. There was some media that were there that left the second that he did the red carpet.
Yeah.
There were people there just for Shohei Ohtani. Like, that's what kind of star he is.
Yeah,
Now, I remember him, at least last year, and I think this year too, sitting there taking selfies with like fans behind him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, he's a guy who plays the role of like this hero for baseball.
He's
so
the
well.
John Cena of baseball.
Oh,
but people can
that's a
actually
great
see
comparison.
him.
He is.
Like
Would
he's
you
so
agree?
damn likable.
But people can
He's
see
so
him.
damn likable.
Yeah.
He is. How do you not like Shohei Ohtani?
I do not like
I
There's
him.
like
nothing
him.
not
You
to
don't say
like.
that to me.
Ah,
He's a good guy.
he's a good guy.
Make-A-Wish guy. Big
Yeah,
Make-A-Wish
but I
guy.
mean, yeah.
Okay, well, everybody likes him, including apparently the Yankees, who are in a free fall, and there's lots of speculation,
Sure.
gossip that they're going to go after Ohtani. You've said this is just banana land. There's no
Yeah,
way.
no chance. Yeah, no. He Buster only put this out there, and I feel like he's just like wears like Yankee pajamas to bed. Like no one else has said this besides Buster Olney. It's crazy. Like Buster only says it, and everyone's like, "Oh, it must be true. Like we're gonna get Shohei Ohtani." Like, no, you're not, dude. Like it's just not happening. And even if they did, I almost want the Yankees to trade for Shohei Ohtani because blow up your farm system so that you can miss the playoffs.
You don't even
and
have
then,
one.
and then not even sign back in free agency. I hope that the Yankees trade for Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
The
Like, Steve,
Yankees-
I saw you tweeting about last week. Like, who do you feel is best positioned to make a deal for this dude?
I mean, it's not the Yankees, but let's just touch on that with him not going to the Yankees. If you look at the top 100 prospects in Major League Baseball right now, the Yankees have two. It's Jason Dominguez at 41, Austin Wells at 79. If you go back and look at the trade that the Washington Nationals and the Padres did for Juan Soto, which is probably the biggest haul that we've seen
For sure.
in Major League Baseball right now, the Nationals received the Padres' first, third, and 14th prospect, along with C.J. Abrams and Mackenzie Gore, who were at the Major League level at the time, but you basically could say that that was in their top 10 prospects as well because they were just so fresh up in Major League Baseball. The Yankees don't have that type of prospect package that they could give the Angels to satisfy what it's going to take to get Shohei Ohtani, because if that's what it took to get Soto, what's it going to take to get Ohtani?
Well, Soto was, what, 2.5 years of control? This is just 3 months.
No, for sure. But at the same time, it's like if the Angels are going to actually release him and trade him, it has to be they cannot get away with just scraps, obviously, right? Like it has to be a massive haul, probably to that same caliber. Would you not? Would you disagree with that?
I think that the Angels are in a lose-lose situation
They absolutely
because
are.
either you hold on to him and everyone says, "Oh, you let him walk and you got nothing for him," or you go the Steve route here and you trade him, but whatever you get back, there's no way that haul is going to live up to the hype of like these were the players that were traded for Shohei Ohtani, unless they combine for 15 All-Star appearances and like 6 MVPs. Like there's no like you are going to be the 3-4 scrutinized prospects for the rest of your major league careers. If you even have one, like there's no guarantee that if you trade for prospects that they're even going to become big league players.
Yeah, and let's not forget what 6 years ago, too, he respectfully declined to listen to the Yankees' recruiting pitch.
Why would you play for a team that never wins anything? They never win anything. They don't.
People used to say that about the Cubs, but with a guy like Justin Steele on the mound,
Yeah.
that could change this year, baby. We got to take a break, but when we come back, we're going to revisit your conversation with Jay Steele inside Wrigley Field. Again, this is before he got rocked by the Red Sox. We are back in a couple minutes.
right, guys. Cubs starter, first-time All-Star, Justin Steele.
Yeah, friend of the program. He's
Yeah.
joined our show before, and he loves him some fantasy football. Big
Yeah.
money leagues.
He's also 6th in the NL Cy Young odds right now. Okay, pretty impressive. Put together nasty season so far. 9.3 record, sub-3 ERA, despite getting knocked around by Jared's Red Sox last time.
10 hits, including Yoshida's second grand slam of
Ooh,
the season.
yeah.
Sheesh.
First one against Milwaukee.
Yeah, we're going to play your interview with him, but Steve, what do you think of his odds in this race here?
I mean, they're very enticing at 19 to 1 right now, but you look at some of the guys that are in front of him, it's gonna be hard to leapfrog some of these guys like Spencer Strider and his immaculate
my
legs.
friend.
You know, a big friend there. Gallen's been incredible. Logan Webb has been really good too. I feel like he doesn't get a lot of attention over on the Giants. But if you're looking for a long shot, when you look at some of those guys who are, more than 15 to 1 odds, Steele with his, really low ERA, good number of wins, I think he's definitely in the mix. But like I mentioned, a lot of tough guys to leapfrog, especially Strider at plus 210.
All right. Well, Jared, you sat down with him earlier this month.
Which one? Spencer Strider or
No,
We're talking
Justin
Steele
Oh, yeah.
in this.
We did both. I don't know. Gotta be more specific.
So
Justin
let's
Talk to a lot of Cy
let's
Young
get into
contenders.
that. Let's listen to it because some of us are very excited to listen to it
Okay, I'm excited too.
and watch it.
I talked to a
All right, we're here at Justin Steele, Chicago Cubs. Yesterday, 6 1/3 shut. ERA is down to the mid-2s. Rossi comes out after the game and says, this guy might be an ace. What does that make you feel when you've got your skipper throwing around the A word, a guy that, as a former catcher in the big leagues, has caught some pretty impressive starting pitchers?
I mean, it's a great compliment, something I, don't take lightly. I really appreciate him, saying such kind words about me. I have nothing but nice things to say about him. He's, doing a hell of a job. Everybody in the clubhouse loves him, does a great job leading us, and yeah, it truly means a lot.
Are you like a leave me alone, I've got my game plan guy, or are you going over to someone like Rossi and being like, hey, what are you seeing out there? Like, what is there something that I can do better? Or are you going to like other pitcher? Like, what's your kind of like in between innings routine?
In between innings, I'm usually going down and like cooling off. Like yesterday it was kind of hot, muggy outside, so I was going down like getting in front of a fan, like drying off, just trying to not sweat too much, conserve my energy, and so just so I'm fresh when I go back out there and stuff. And I'm usually talking to the Tommy Hotovy, the pitching coach, just about like who's coming up next, what we like to him, like go over the last at bat, the sequencing I did to him, the previous at bat, just stuff like that.
When you're playing professional baseball or even high school baseball, there's a lot of different venues that you're going to play in. There's a lot of different times a day that you're going to play in. Is there anything that's comparable to playing a day game, going out there pitching and shoving in a day game at Wrigley?
There's really, this place is unbelievable. Like, there's nothing like it in sports. I tell people that all the time. The only place I haven't been yet is Boston. I hear great things about it.
Yeah.
I haven't been there yet, but right now Wrigley is top of the list for me. That game in London was really cool. That was definitely the most people I've played in front of. It was like over 50,000 people. That was a really cool experience. But the people at Wrigley, they're just so in tune with the game. They know when to stand up, when to get into it. Like 3-2 counts, they're engaged. They go to their feet and start cheering. It's just something special.
It's funny that you mentioned Boston. That's where I'm from.
Yeah.
I'm a Red Sox guy. And everything that you just said is exactly what Fenway Park is.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was Alex Cora or someone. It might have been someone recently that said, I love Fenway because they don't have to put stand up on the big board and make some noise.
Exactly.
And Wrigley is exactly the same. I haven't been Wrigley. I think I made my debut here in 19. And I was blown away by what you're saying. The fans are into it. You have Cubs fans that are just. I'll even say this about Boston. Yes, they pack the ballpark, and yes, they're super passionate. But if it's like a Friday night game, people are dressed in what they're gonna wear to the bars after.
Yeah.
Cubs stuff everywhere here. Are you at the point now? Because it's a big city. Are you at the point now where you can't even walk down the street, or can you blend in still?
No, I definitely still blend in. I don't know what it is about my look. I guess I just look normal. But there's days I walk to the field. Some people recognize me, especially once I get close to the field. Some vendors and whatever, start recognizing me and stuff. But yeah, I still blend in. I still walk around here and stuff.
So I think back in the day, we're not that far removed from, say, like a hitter would look at what's my batting average? How many home runs do I have? How many RBIs do I have? Now we're kind of in like the stat geek era, and everyone is big into baseball savant. Do you ever look at your baseball savant page? Are you ever keeping up with that?
I haven't.
Are you familiar with it?
I know what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't looked at my baseball savant.
Okay, so for a pitcher, I mean, it's, you know, it goes from like cold
It's like, yeah,
to
blue
hot.
and red, right?
It's all about like
I see it
percentiles.
on Twitter sometimes.
Yeah, so if there's a lot of red, then you're in like the 100% percentile, which means you're 100% better than the rest of the league and so forth. You got a lot of red on your base. Yeah, you have a lot of red on your baseball savant page. I was kind of just curious because I feel like, you know, if you're going good, I feel like a lot of like big leaguers, they want to taste themselves a little bit. They want to be like, all right, yeah, like I'm doing this. Like, is there any of your numbers that you're paying attention to in particular where you want to keep an eye on it?
Something I really came into the season wanting to pride myself on is innings pitched, and like on average, how many innings are you pitching every time you go out? And that's something I still want to improve on. To me, that's something that's like a, you know, really cool stat. Like if you're averaging, you know, 7 innings every time you take the bump, like that's kind of a horse. You know what I mean? So that's something I really look at. So like innings pitched per start, that kind of thing.
Is there something that about your game that you feel like goes unnoticed? Where, I mean, for yesterday, you pitched into the 7th inning, which in today's game is a rarity. But is there something where, like, if someone's not familiar with your game, they would want that you would want them to know about you?
I feel like people nowadays kind of chase the numbers on the screen, on the iPad, or just in general, they're, you know, throwing pitches and like immediately looking at the iPad trying to do something. I feel like if you just, you know, take what you're good at, and, you know, for me, like my four seam, I like to manipulate it, cut it, like throw one that gets above the barrel and stuff. You know, if you just kind of take what you're good at, really hone in on it, and I feel like it can take you a long way.
You mentioned London. How was it pitching after traveling back from London? That's what, like a 5 hour difference?
So while I was in London, I believe I stayed on the sleep schedule here because I wasn't my sleep schedule was all messed up in London.
Yeah.
So I was like staying up through the night, and
God.
it was tough. And then when I got back here, I felt like I just kind of stayed on the schedule here,
Yeah.
and like I got some really good sleep once I got back here, and yeah, I felt like I got enough rest through the 4 days off to pitch yesterday.
Not bad. One of the guys that has been your biggest fan, one of your biggest supporters, I've noticed, is Marcus Stroman, a teammate of yours.
Today's Stro Day.
Today is Stro Day, which is it's a big deal. He invited us to his house in like spring training in 2019. He's just like a fascinating dude to me. How cool has it been to share a clubhouse with that guy and have him be someone that's always propping you up?
Yeah, he's been awesome. He's super engaging. He's always, you know, watching my bullpens, watching everybody's bullpens, you know, giving tips and tricks, and I'm always watching his bullpens, trying to learn from him. Something I really learned from him is just like body control. There's not another pitcher in the league that can control their body the way he does. He's a super athlete, so I really like to watch him do different things like that and try and incorporate it into what I do. It goes with everybody on our staff. Kyle Hendricks, I'm watching all like his bullpens, watching how he works. J-Mo, Smiley, like I just love watching how people tick, you know, what makes them tick, and just trying to learn from it.
So over the course of your entire baseball life, not just your professional baseball life, who was the one guy that, even if it wasn't directly given to you, because, you know, if you're watching other guys work, what their routine is, maybe you picked up something from someone else, or maybe they pulled you aside to give you a piece of advice or you sought them out. What's the best thing that you took from another pitcher? Who was it and what was it?
That's really hard. I mean, I can go back to high school, and like my high school coaches, I was very blessed with very good advanced high school coaches at that age. Both of them had professional experience. So my pitching coach in high school, Tim Davis, he was able to get me under his wing and like made me able to use my body to throw it harder, and like I had a good arm from the outfield and stuff, and he was able to like take that to the mound for me. So to get drafted out of high school, a lot of that has to do with him to put me in that position, and then just getting to this point, all the coaches I had through the minor leagues, just Tavi, RV, Tommy, you know, I mean there's so many people I could just go down a list. just so much appreciation for all of them.
Would you describe yourself as like a seam head, like baseball lifer type guy where when you go home from the field, you're thinking about your start, you're thinking about your next start, you're watching other games? Or are you a guy that I need to detach? Like when I go home, like I need to have separation?
I do a really good job of detaching from the field. When I go home, I play video games. I spend time with my family, my kid, do all the fun stuff with them. I do a really good job of separating. But when I do come to the field, like I really enjoy being here. I, love it. I love playing the game, learning about it, getting better. Definitely not one of them people like go home and like my head's still at the field, because I really like to detach and do my own thing. But I feel like that keeps me engaged while I'm at the field. I'm not coming to the field still wanting to be in other places mentally.
Sure. When you look at your pitching mechanics, is there something where you're like, there's a little bit of this guy in here, there's a little bit of that guy in here? Like when you grew up, were you watching other guys, seeing how their mechanics were and adapting some of that?
I think my pitching style kind of resembles Lester in a way. He threw his cutter a lot. He would, go into righties with it. He backdoored it a lot. That's something I'm really starting to, manipulate with and test out and whatnot. So I watch video of him trying to, learn how he used his four seam, his off speed, and stuff like that. I think I kind of resemble him.
What's your pitch mix? Like I feel like you don't throw the changeup as much anymore.
No.
So how many pitches would you say you have?
I mean, I can throw, I would say 5 different ones. I have a 2-seam fastball sinker that goes this way, and then I have my 4 that I can like kind of make it carry, I can make it cut, and then I have the slider, and then the curveball, and then the changeup. But I throw the 4-seam and the slider most often.
So my question for you is, you can ditch any one of those pitches. Like say it's the 2-seam, for example. You get rid of your 2-seam. You have to take a 2-seam from someone else in the league. What pitch are you giving up, and who are you taking to replace it?
I would get rid of my changeup, and I would take Kyle Hendricks' changeup.
Okay. All right. Sticking with the teammate.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, legendary changeup.
It really is. Yeah, he's got the Bugs Bunny changeup going on. All right, last question.
Yeah.
If you could go back in time to any moment in baseball history to be sitting in the stands watching it, what moment are you going back to?
That's a really good question. Give me a second on this one.
Who was your team growing up?
I grew up like a Braves fan, watching the Braves. My dad was a Braves fan. And then he took me to a Braves game. And, being a kid, I was asking for a ball and stuff. And Braves took BP. I didn't get one. And then as soon as the Phillies came out, Jimmy Rollins signed me a ball, threw me a ball. So I was a
Phillies fan.
Became a Phillies fan.
That's all it takes.
That's all it took for me. I guess when they won the World Series in 2008, because at that point, like, I was a diehard Phillies fan. 2008 was an incredible year for me. Yeah. Alabama had won their first national title with Nick Saban as their head coach. Saints won the Super Bowl as either 08 or 09, and then the Phillies won. So, like, I hit the trifecta that year.
There you go. Now all we need is the Cubbies World Series to wrap
absolutely.
that up. Justin Steele, thank you so much for taking
the time.
Thank
you, I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Hey, coming up, we're taking a look at this Tuesday slate, including the Orioles. Their wings are a-flapping. What are the chances they land in first place when their wings stop flapping tonight? Steve and Jared are kicking it on the couch next.
I hope so. That'd be nice. Welcome back to the Sweat Tuesday Takeover with Jared Carrabis. I'm Steve Buchanan. We're going to be talking about the upcoming MLB slate for tonight. It's Tuesday. That means a ton of games. Every team is in action. Best day of the day. Best day of the day? Best day of the week.
Best day of the week.
For
Yeah,
baseball.
Best day of the day. Tuesdays. Yeah, best slate.
My coffee got ruined this morning. I'm a little off.
Wow.
Let's talk about Dodgers at Orioles tonight. Good game here last night. Should be seeing another one here tonight as well. Orioles 1 game back of the Rays, despite a 100-run differential between the Rays and the Orioles. Have you ever seen a team 1 run back and there was a 100-run differential between the two?
Are we not kind of seeing that in the West a little bit?
Little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
a little bit.
The Rangers, I mean, for what their run differential was, they didn't build up the monster lead that at least the Rays did at one point. But yeah, now the Baltimore Orioles are out there 8 straight. They lost last night, grand slam.
Yep.
Tough loss. Dodgers, good team. But yeah, I don't know. Who would you take from here? Who are you taking?
To win tonight?
To win the East.
Win the East. Oh, my God. I feel like the Orioles might do it.
Yeah.
I really think they do. They have to add at the deadline.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Ask me after the deadline. I'll tell you who I like.
But I think the Orioles could absolutely benefit from adding a couple vets to that lineup to go with the young guys. I think that could really make a difference here. But I do like them tonight, -120 going up against Michael Grove. 11.5 ERA on the road from Michael Grove. 19 runs allowed in 15 in the third inning. Not a good little stat there. That is terrible. Let's move to the Rays at Rangers, talking about that first-place Rays going against the first-place Rangers. You got Taj Bradley going up against Nathan Eovaldi. What a season it's been for Nathan Eovaldi, who really started off on the wrong side of the advanced statistics. Like, he was pitching well, just getting a lot of bad luck here. Coming into this game, 2.83 ERA with a 3.40 expected ERA. Both of these guys have been roughed up by their opposing teams. In the past. We had Eovaldi getting roughed up by the Rays, Bradley getting roughed up by the Rangers. What do you think about this one here tonight?
I love the matchup. I mean, I think it's an interesting matchup outside of the pitching matchup just because these are two teams that had really hot starts.
Yeah.
So we have this first impression of both teams that they're powerhouses, but both have kind of come back down to earth in the last month and change. I don't know. I mean, I would probably give the nod to a guy like Nathan Eovaldi. I mean, Taj Bradley being the rookie, and then you've got Nate being the veteran coming off the All-Star game. I go advantage Texas in this one.
Yeah, I'm with you there on that one as well. The Rays offense has been slightly off lately, it feels like, too. And Bradley, last 3 starts, 16 earned runs allowed over his last 3 starts, spanning 12 and a third innings. So he's definitely been getting hit around a little bit as well. Giants and Reds is another one. Obviously, the big news with the Reds, if Ellie De La Cruz was not enough, they called up their other top prospect, Christian Encarnacion Strand, was able to fit it on a jersey. I don't know how, but it's absolutely insane to look at that jersey. It's like literally down to like his abs.
Belts. It's like a whole. Yeah.
It's a whole. It's a whole thing there. In AAA, his numbers were absolutely incredible, hitting .331, 20 home runs, 62 RBI in 67 games. The matchup tonight: Anthony DeSclafani going up against Luke Weaver. Luke Weaver has been like
terrible
punching bag.
But I want to say his ERA in his last 10 starts is like 8.66.
Yeah.
But the Reds are like 9-1 or 10-0. They don't lose. He'll give up 9, but the Reds will score 10.
But this is the biggest concern for me with the Reds to go deep. Is like they have no pitching.
None.
Like when you're going up in the playoffs against like these monster teams, like you're not going to be able to quell them at all. Like you're not going to be able to stop them with the pitching. So that's what concerns me about the Reds. But what about tonight here? What do you think about them going up against the Giants?
The Giants, I believe, have won, 5, 6 straight at this point?
5 straight, yep.
Okay, so they're playing.
Did last night complete? I know it was
No,
suspended.
it did not. It got suspended in like the 8th inning or something like that. So the win streak gets preserved, I believe, at 5. Logic will tell you that this is a Giants victory, but Luke Weaver, for whatever reason, he is god-awful, but they just do not lose on the days that he pitches.
It's incredible. The over-under in this game, I believe, is the highest on the slate. 11 runs over-under for tonight, so obviously looking for a lot of offense in this one. Moving to some sportsbook picks that I do like. Mariners on the money line, future world champs. You can see it on the shirt here. Thank you. Going up against the Twins. Brian Ric Flair, taking the mound against the Twins tonight. Massive strikeout upside when it comes to the Twins. The Twins have been one of the most strikeout-prone teams in the league, going up against Brian Wu, who has an 11.1 K9 on the year. Mariners almost blew that game yesterday. Max Kepler with a late 3-run home run brought them within 1, but the Mariners were able to hang on. What do you think about their chances tonight going up against Bailey Over?
You think that I'm gonna pick against our Seattle Mariners?
I don't know. I mean, you called Seattle mid at the beginning of the show.
The city, yes, but
Okay,
not
that's
the
fair.
team. Yeah.
Well,
I love the
to be
ballpark.
fair, the team has been pretty mid.
They've been mid. Yeah, they've been mid, but that just means that they're due to get hot right now, and it starts
Yeah.
tonight.
It would be a good night to start.
It'd be a great night to start.
Daily fantasy pick as well for tonight. I like Adley Rutschman in that game against the Dodgers. Like I mentioned earlier, Michael Grove's just been having a ton of issues on the mound. Lefties have really been hurting him too as well. 434 WOBA against lefties, and then obviously Adley being a switch hitter here can hit from either both sides of the plate. But been putting up some really strong numbers. Hit a nice home run there last night, so I'd like Adley tonight in daily fantasy. Thoughts on Adley even from the home run derby?
I was very impressed. Got to meet him on
nice.
the red carpet. Yeah, did a little interview with Adley. I think he is. That was probably like that. I mean, because I missed the 41 home runs for Julio Rodriguez. The going switch hitting in the home run derby is something that you just never see.
Yeah, without a doubt. All right, we're going to be starting something new here. We're going to do the ever popular Immaculate Grid.
Yeah.
We're going to take a shot here. You and I, two baseball aficionados. Look at the teams here. This is our first time seeing this. So I already got some names off here. So what do you want to do? Do you want to go back and forth?
I think we should go. We should trade off.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to start or do you want me to start?
Let's go rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
All right. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Me.
Okay.
All right. I will go. Wait, are we going rarity score as well? Like, are we trying to get?
We can try.
Okay. Okay.
I got to go one for this one. It's actually a shame that you got first.
Brewers Marlins is easy. That is Christian Yelich.
Okay, so we're definitely not going for rarity score.
Oh. Do we want to go rarity score? Because I have another one.
No, that's fine. We'll do
Okay.
Yelich. We'll do Yelich.
All right, yeah. Christian
Okay,
Yelich.
for, let's see, Seattle, Phillies. I think Jay Bruce was on the Phillies.
Jay Bruce was on the Phillies.
All right, let's go Jay Bruce. That's definitely going to be a rare one. 2%, come on. Rarity score. I'm saving it this one here. All right.
Okay, for Brewers Yankees, Andrew McCutchen.
Ooh. Okay.
8%,
8. All right.
okay.
For Marlins,
For Brewers Marlins, I should have went Jesus Aguilar.
that would have been a solid one. For Phillies Marlins, let's go Justin Bohr.
That's a good one.
I think he was on the Phillies. I'm almost positive. Yep.
Yeah, 2%.
All right. Silver Slugger for the Seattle.
That's easy.
It's Griffey, but like I don't even know who else would be after that.
Nelson Cruz.
Whoa. Nelson Cruz for Seattle, Milwaukee. So let's use that instead, and then use.
Wait. Hold on. Seattle. For Seattle, Milwaukee, do Ricky Weeks.
Holy crap! Get out of here. That's gonna be a 1%er.
No.
Nobody is choosing 2%. For Phillies, Yankees.
I don't know that one.
Brian Abreu.
Wait, hold on. Bobby, it's Bobby Abreu.
Bobby Abreu.
Bobby Abreu.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See, we were just talking about that
Yeah.
on the break.
Yeah.
Brian Abreu. Yep, you're right.
Bobby Abreu.
Okay.
All right, do Nelson Cruz for Mariners Silver Slugger.
Did he definitely win one though?
Yes.
Okay.
3%.
For Yankees.
Because everyone probably went Griffey
Yeah.
there.
You know what? For Yankees, put Jeter.
Did he win a Silver Slugger?
He definitely did.
Okay.
Yep. 13.
And then Giancarlo Stanton. He hit 60-something.
Yeah, he had to have.
Get weirder with the Marlins. All right. Did Derek Lee?
Miguel Cabrera.
Miguel Cabrera.
Miguel Cabrera.
Are you sure? If we missed this because we had one that we...
Right, yeah.
If we get immaculate, we are immaculate. We locked in Stanton.
Miguel Cabrera.
Oh, wait, hold on.
That's I don't think that that's definitely not going to be a high percentage. We're doing Cabrera.
No, if he
it's going to be under
because
20.
he when he was in the National League with the Marlins, like Pujols was all Silver Slugger all those years at first.
I still think it's Cabrera.
Who
We're going to go with Cabrera. Now we're going to guess the percentage. I'm going to say 13.
had like an? All right.
I think it's going to be low.
I think it's gonna be wrong. Okay. All right. What was the rarity score?
128. That's not bad. I'm happy with that. Stanton, Griffey, Judge. Oh, Colton Wong. I didn't even think of that one.
No, me neither.
That would have been an easy one.
Good for us. Wow. Just a couple of
perfection.
baseball guys.
You know, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Baseball aficionados. All right, we're going to go take a break. When we come back, we're going to check in with Jared and his podcast here. The Red Sox are good, but are we buying into this team just yet as we are almost at the end of July? We'll talk about that and more when the Sweat Tuesday Takeover returns.
Masataka Yoshida going off against the Cubs. That's awesome. Rafael Devers going off against the Cubs. That's awesome. Tristan Casas homering in every single game. That's awesome. Like, those are all pieces that are going to be here. Like, the reason why the Red Sox are winning aren't because these like stopgap veteran players. It's the guys that are going to be here. That's great. Like, now you can get invested.
All right, had to give your podcast there some love.
Wow, thank you.
Listen, man, don't thank me. Thank,
why we're here.
thank Slate's our producer.
Yeah.
Because Boston feels like one of the hottest teams in baseball right now, and I think the numbers really back that up. So 7 games above 500, 11 dubs in the last 13 games. How much do you believe right now this is a playoff team?
They're plus 230 on the DraftKings Sportsbook to make the playoffs. Minus 280 to miss it.
Ooh, it's hard to say until we see what they do at the deadline. I don't know. Like, they're winning baseball games right now. I don't know how much of that is sustainable with the way that they've gone in terms of injuries, with poor performance. I mean, they've removed starters from their rotation just because of poor performance. You've had Chris Sale go down on the injured list. Trevor Story's coming back soon, though. I think he might start a rehab assignment this weekend.
Yes,
which is going to help a lot.
They'll throw him at shortstop.
Yeah. But it's like, all right, trade deadline comes and goes. Is James Paxton still here? Like, did you trade Justin Turner? Did you trade Adam Duvall? Like, in some ways, you can move veterans that are good and still compete. I mean, because if you trade Adam Duvall, that clears the path for Jarren Duran to be playing every day, which I know that people lose their minds every time that he's not in the lineup every day. Not that I don't want Justin Turner to not be on this team, but I think fans also freak out on days where Tristan Casas isn't in the lineup when he should be. I mean, he homered in every single game this past series, and that last game he wasn't even in the starting lineup. He just came in off the bench and homered in his 3rd straight game. So I know it's kind of crazy to be like, oh, they have too many good players. Yeah. It's not, like, it's kind of the case, but it's not the case at the same time. So yeah, I really need to see what they do after the deadline in terms of what's the path. The front office is going to tell you what they think of this team after the trade deadline.
The tough problem is, and like Jared was just alluding to, is that they have good, viable rental pieces that other teams could use right now. But in the same sense, that also makes them less competitive in a way. Because, like, if you take Duvall out, then yes, you can play Duran every day. If you take Turner out, you can play Casas every day. But is that team going to be able to perform and live up to those playoff expectations if they do get rid of some of these guys? So it's almost, I think it's going to be kind of like last year where they were kind of selling, but they were kind of buying. Like, you remember everything that happened last year. Like, we ended up getting Hosmer. We ended up getting Tommy Pham. So it was like, they're kind of buying, but they're also kind of selling. I think they'll kind of see that this year because with, the trade deadline about a couple of weeks away, like, decisions have to be made. And you can either look at this recent run as a good thing or a bad thing, because if it was going the other direction, then these guys would absolutely be on the market right now, and then teams would be calling the Red Sox asking for Turner or Duvall. So it's almost like, I don't want to say it's bad timing, but it definitely has to change the way they approach this deadline than maybe they would have 2 weeks ago.
Jared, looking at the standings, bonus question for you. Who finishes with more wins? The team that takes last place in the AL East or the winner of the AL Central? Wow. Right now, Yankees in last place have 50 wins, and the Twins have 48 in the AL Central, and they're top.
I think the last place team in the AL East has more wins than the division winner in the AL Central, yeah.
What do you think, Steve?
I think the last place team in the AL East, I really do. There is no good team in the AL Central right now. God. Whoever makes it out of the AL Central, it's going to be one and done for that team.
They're going to get walloped.
Yep.
Yeah, team
absolutely just embarrassed.
Yeah.
Whether it's the Twins or the Guardians, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jared, baseball is dead now on the DraftKings Network.
Yes.
Let's go,
wow.
baby.
Hey, congrats.
Let's
Monday,
go.
Wednesday, and Thursday
Love
at
that.
11 p.m. Eastern. That is late.
Oh, late night.
You have fought hard for this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll be in bed by then.
Yes, I'm pumped about that.
Okay, so what's going on this week?
We have Eduardo Perez of ESPN will be joining us on Thursday's episode.
Oh.
You're going to talk about passing being broken in half?
His back, man.
Yeah.
He was just like a tree fell on me.
Yeah.
What?
You know
What
what?
is it?
You know what?
Like, I need
I'll tell you.
more.
Something weird happens with him every time there's a big event coming up. Like when there was the strike or whatever. Like they didn't know if they're going to play. He gets hacked and he's a crypto account. Now the trade deadline's coming. A tree falls on him. Something's going on with him.
That's like one of those.
Yeah.
Something's
That's
off.
one of those
It's
things
pressure.
where someone tells you that a tree, you just don't believe it.
He can't handle the pressure. I would never want him on my escape room team.
Right.
Wow.
Well, he's very small. He can fit into small spaces
Holy
to find.
crap.
keys.
Well, you
What about
had
Samir?
with you, and you still.
Whoa,
can't.
yeah.
my
whoa,
God.
whoa,
That
whoa,
was unnecessary.
whoa.
That was not.
I'm just saying, if
You
that's,
chose
what it,
violence.
if that's what it took to escape the escape room,
Wow.
you would have escaped.
You're right. That's fair. And
That was
Samir
not nice of
Samir
Samir.
found he did exactly what I just said. He found a key in a coat pocket that turned on the light in the room. Like Samir was the MVP for a losing season, basically.
Samir was the MVP for the team that didn't make it out of the escape room.
Good job,
Correct.
Samir.
Yes.
I feel like that's a metaphor.
That's like being the
It
MVP
is.
of the winner of the AL Central.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that.
A weird analogy.
Well, that's really exciting, though, that
That's
you're
great.
on the DraftKings Network.
Yeah. mhm.
We will be watching
Yeah.
the next
Yeah,
day because
it's a little
11
late.
p.m.
I was
is
gonna say,
too
there's no
late.
chance
I
you're
can't
watching.
stay up that
Yep.
late. But
11 p.m. is late.
yeah, it's late.
But
Okay,
tune in.
we gotta go. We gotta go grab some food and hang
Sonic.
out and,
Woo.
and spend
See
some
you,
time with each
Sonic.
other. Sonic?
Yeah.
Is that where we're going?
We're going
Yeah.
to Starbucks across the street.
We'll see you there,
Yeah.
Emerson.
Okay, can't wait.
It's gonna be fun.
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
You're not invited.
I know.